Hello, hello, and welcome to week 2 recap of my tarot reading project. So, as regards to last week's homework, I ended up getting this headset. Ta-da! It's like $20, but it has a little microphone. I don't know if you can see that in the front. And apart from my laptop shenanigans of trying to recognize the microphone on the headset rather than the microphone array on the laptop, it seemed to work pretty well. So I'm going to stick with it for a little bit and, try to improve my tarot reading. Really just the interpretation of the cards is where I'm at right now. Before I invest any further in upgrades for audio and visual. So, let's see. So what am I doing? I'm reading. This is an amazing book, Rachel Pollack. 78 Degrees of Wisdom, Tarot Journey to Self-Awareness. I don't know if you've read it, but if you're interested in tarot, this is, wow, it's packed. It's really packed. I was going to just read you this quick little excerpt here because I thought it was cool. Apologies if you can hear the noise. My neighbor decides pretty consistently that right after everyone gets off work is the perfect time to do yard work. So there's that. Anyway, okay. This really fascinated me, and so I wanted to share it with you. It says, at the source of all these dualities we feel we do not know ourselves. We sense that deep down our true nature is something stronger, freer, with great wisdom and power, or else a thing of violent passions and furious animal desire. Either way, we know that this true self hides, or perhaps lies buried deep inside our normal, socially restricted personalities. But how do we reach it? Assuming the essential self to be a thing of beauty and power, how do we liberate it? So I thought that was really great. So and in the introduction to the major arcana, she talks about unity and duality, and she is I'll show you a picture. Using the Rider-Waite Smith Rider-Waite Smith. What the heck is this thing? Smith-Waite. Yeah. Tarot deck, and the major arcana are the first cards that she walks you through. And the first 4 that she picks on are the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the World card. So I'm just going to pull them out here really quickly so you can have a look. Maybe. Where's the Magician? Did I lose the Magician? Woo! Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Oh, there it is. Okay. So in learning about this, what she notices about, so what she does is she puts the cards in this kind of order. So I'll just hold them up for you. So at the top you have the Fool card, and at the end, the bottom, you have the World card. And she says that these 2 cards are the only ones that are not like a portrait style, like where they're like sitting in a posed position. These 2 are not that. So I thought that was interesting. And then I think she puts the Magician on this side and then the High Priestess on this side, because then she goes on to talk about the Magician being, I don't know if you can see that, number 1. So the Fool is always 0. And she says the Fool can really fit anywhere in the deck, which is fascinating to me as well. And that, so there's a duality right here where you have a masculine energy, the Magician being the first card, and then the second card is the feminine High Priestess. And so you have the Magician, which is kind of like the control over the material realm, and then the High Priestess is, talking about intuition is the main knowledge base here, but also, thoughts, mastering those kinds of things like education, in all different ways. But the Magician is definitely trying to alchemize using material assets or resources. So, and then the High Priestess is using knowledge, intuition, things that aren't tangible. She's using the intangibles to alchemize or create mastery, I suppose. Anyway, so, and then, masculine, feminine energy, that duality there again. She said that in the these two cards, that this card has been shown, the World card has been shown as a hermaphrodite character, and that the Fool is also I don't know if she said that it has been depicted in as a hermaphrodite, but the Fool is rather not asexual, that's wrong, but that the Fool is also like a them because they embody both masculine and feminine energies. So even though they're, the picture looks like it's male and this picture looks like it's female, each of them are supposed to embody both masculine and feminine. So there's this duality going on here where, they start out as, so we're just using like gender, not really gender actually, masculine versus feminine as the duality, right? So you start out in the beginning as the Fool where you are together, and then it splits between masculine and feminine energy. I mean, a whole energy? I don't know what masculine and feminine together besides them. I suppose I should educate myself on that. And then at the end of the deck, when you hit, and the World card is number 21, which is it's not the end of the deck. It's the end of the major arcana. So I don't know if you can see there at the top the number. But then our masculine and feminine sides come back together again in this card. So we've got the duality where there's a split and, different, like as you journey from the Fool to the World card, you go through this, like, not a battle, but just this split, and then the tension between the masculine and feminine energies. So that was one way that she talked about this deck so far. I haven't gotten very far, obviously. I'm on the first. I'm in the first section where she talks about major arcana. So, but it's fascinating. And things that I hadn't even thought, I didn't even know about these cards, right? So the other thing that she mentioned is that that the Fool represents a knowledge of innocence, whereas the World represents a knowledge that has come together based on experience. So this is like the bliss of the Fool, ignorance is bliss type thing, I suppose. And then this is more like the wisdom card. knowledge based on worldly experience. Anyway, fascinating stuff. So I just wanted to give you an update on audio. I still have to work on my ums. That was the third thing. So audio has been addressed for now. And I think I'm going to have to work on that. But I'm more interested in working on this. It's so much fun. I'm so excited. Love it. I did decide since look at this book. It's super thick. Since I started reading this book, that I would go back to working with the, classic Rider-Waite deck so that I could follow along in this book, which is over 350 pages. So there's that. It's going to take me a little while. So I might talk about this in a few more recaps. But as far as this last week went, the other thing I wanted to just briefly talk about was the topic of self-care and self-love. I don't know. I was really excited about it. I have these two other decks that I added to my collection. The self-care, I call them the self-care decks, but one of them I might use for like career and money, kind of business type readings. And that was the Courage Over, where is my Courage Over Comfort. So, and then the other one was the Stress Less deck. So we have Courage Over Comfort here, and it's made by Best Self. I don't know if you can see that. And then this little deck made by Yarkor. It's called the Stress Less Death cards. Just a small little pack. Boop, boop, just like that. And this one turned out to have like 150 cards in it. So not really for shuffling. I did my best. But interesting nonetheless, the challenges that it revealed for all of our readings, right? This week's readings. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them the same way again. I might. I've ordered a couple new decks. I'm excited for them to come in, but I think I need to get to know. I need to work first on the Rider-Waite decks. And so that is my focus this week. And I'm going to figure out. In fact, since I'm going all classic, I think I'm going to do a classic reading, or classic spread rather, for this week coming up. And it's going to be the Arwen spread. So look forward to that. And I might have to throw in an oracle or two, because they're always fun. But that's where I'm at. Boop, boop. So I hope you enjoyed this week 2 recap. I know I'm going to be watching it a year from now and cringing probably, but I don't care. I'm doing it for me and for you, if you're interested. And I don't know what to do about the ums. I just know. So if I remember to breathe and be okay with there being moments of quiet in between my talking, I think that'll be okay. Otherwise, I'm going to have to learn how to talk faster, think faster, read faster. Yeah. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this week recap. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later.